I'm telling this story to you all because I need to tell someone. It's been quite a while since it happened. In fact, a few years, but the word needs to get out. And I'm tired of keeping it to myself. And honestly, I'm thinking about taking the offer. It all started with my best friend Ash. We would watch Dragon Ball every Saturday. We called it Dragon Ball Saturday. Me and him were never quite popular in school, but it didn't matter. We had each other. We were best friends. However, things weren't going the best for us. Me and Ash were bullied quite often for being nerds, but it is what it is. Me and him didn't really mind much. However, one day, all that would change. One day at school, Ash would be shaken. I would try to calm him down, but he just wouldn't be calmed. He would yell and scream at lunch. I said, "What the hell's the matter with you?" Ash said, "They're everywhere. They're around me. I need to become one with them. Become one with them." He would scream about becoming one with them. This freaked me the hell out, to say the least. But the next day, I told Ash about it, and he didn't even remember doing it. He acted normal. In fact, he was wearing his favorite Piccolo shirt. Piccolo was Ash's favorite character. And as he acted normal, I was thinking maybe he was just off the meds. Ash was ADHD and something else that he never really talked about. Maybe he's a little crazy, but it didn't matter. He was my friend. So things went on as normal. But one day, as we were at my house playing Xenoverse, Ash would look at me and say, "Do you ever wish you could be inside Dragon Ball? That you could fly and do Ki Blast?" I would laugh and say, "Of course I do." Ash would say, "Why wish when you can?" I looked at him confused. "Ash, what are you talking about?" Ash would look at me and say, "Face it, we hate this world. We've seen anime, Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, Naruto. We've seen them all. But the one we love most is Dragon Ball. It's time we get rid of this world. It's time we enter the world we were meant to be in." I would keep looking at him. "Ash, you're off the pills," I would say. Ash would look at me and say, "I'm not off the pills, I'm off of life." I would be confused. Ash was acting weird. Ash would then start to run off and start to climb the fence around our school. I would yell at him to stop, but he just looked at me and said, "No, I will not stop. I will enter a better world. You'll see." Ash then just ran away. I told the teachers about him just running away. I was in high school, and our school wasn't the best, so they didn't care too much, but there was still word around campus, and everyone tried to find him. However, to no avail. No one really knew what happened to Ash for a couple days. He didn't show up to school until one day I would get a call from his mom. She would be crying as she would say, "Why did he do this? You were his best friend. He talked about you before he did it." "Did what?" I would say. His mom would tell me that Ash committed suicide. He kept saying he will join the other world. He will join the other world. That's all he said. After that, I was never the same. I even stopped watching Dragon Ball, my favorite anime. I would just lay in my room whenever I wasn't in school. Just lay down and think about Ash. He was my best friend, my only friend. I never got over him. However, as the months passed, one day, everything would change. I would start to watch Dragon Ball again, to try to have some fun like I used to. But as I was watching on Hulu, suddenly a new episode appeared, and it had Ash's name in it. It's called Ash Returns. It was in the Frieza saga, right when Goku was in his spaceship, training to get to Namek. I was confused. It didn't have any number on it either. When I looked at the number, it simply said -6. That was Ash's favorite number for a joke. But what the hell was going on? is... The only thing I could think of was I was getting pranked, but who would know I was watching Dragon Ball? No one. As I started to watch the episode, it was just a black screen with footsteps for 10 minutes straight until Piccolo appeared. As Piccolo appeared, Piccolo would look at me and say, "Hello. Glad I can see you again, friend." I was shocked. As I looked at Piccolo, I said, "Ash, who else would it be? I told you I would join them, didn't I? I think it's time you joined them too." I would say, "What are you trying to say? You have to give up this life to join the other." I was shocked. Ash was still alive, or a ghost, or whatever the hell he was. But he wanted me to end my life? I couldn't do that. I refused, saying I have so much to live for. But Ash would look down at me and say, "Do you really, though? Your family's barely there for you at all. All you have is anime. I'm offering you to get a chance to fly, literally. To be your favorite character, to do whatever you want. You have a new world of possibilities. And you are choosing this?" I would start to cry and say, "Ash, you're not making any sense. Please, let me talk to you. I can..." But then, it just turned dark as all my power went out. A couple days I would get power again. And I was freaked out. A part of me didn't even want to watch Dragon Ball. But another part of me wanted to talk to Ash. I needed to talk to Ash. I needed to know what was going on. A few days passed as I was laying in bed, thinking if I should do it or not. I was conflicted. But curiosity and friendship got the best of me, as I decided to watch it again, as a new episode appeared. It was titled, "Ash Convinces Friend." As I played it, the same thing was going on, but this time as Piccolo walked out, his eyes were bloodshot red. Ash looked at me and said, "You're making me angry. I don't want to be mad at you, but it's just a side effect. It's how things are when you're my type of being." Type of being, I would say? Ash would say, "It doesn't matter. Just join me already." I would look at Ash and say, "Listen, Ash, you are my best friend and my only friend. I'll never forget you, but I'm not joining you. I'm sorry. I wanted to tell you that, and I want you to take care." I would try to turn off the TV, but it wouldn't turn. As Ash looked at me in Piccolo's body, saying, "You think you can just say no to me? We are friends, whether you want to be or not." As suddenly, I would feel dizzy as I would pass out onto the floor. As I passed out, I would begin to dream. As I dreamed, I was on some small island. As I looked down, my hands looked animated. And as I walked to the water, I looked at the water and saw I was Vegeta. As I would jump, trying to get out, and trying to fly. It took a little while, but eventually I got the hang of it and started to fly around. There was nothing but water, miles around, as I just flew across the water. It was quite fun. But then, I looked behind me as it was Piccolo. "Well, well, well. It seems that you finally joined me. I'm not mad. I wish you would have joined me sooner, though." I would look at Ash and say, "What is this? Why are you doing this?" Ash would say, "To be with you forever, of course. We're best friends, and we are meant to be together. And this is our paradise. This is our heaven. We can do anything we want here." Eventually, I would wake up, but I would keep having dreams, and each time I dreamed, I would be a different character. I would do fights, go on adventures. It was a great life. And as I continued, I kept getting bullied more and more through school. And after all of that, I just can't take it anymore. After each dream, I got to fly. I got to have fun. I got to have power that I never could in the real world. And I felt loved. I felt cared for. I even got to live as Vegeta a couple times. I don't know what this is. I don't know if Ash is some sort of demon, dark spirit, or whatever the hell he is now, but it doesn't matter because I've decided I'm going to join him because I'm happy this way. I'm writing all of this down in a diary that I bought to let my family know what happened. They probably won't believe me, but all that matters is that I'm happy. This is the last thing I write down before I end it all and start a new life. I hope you all live your life how you wanted it to be.